I'm here so I won't get fined.
You think you know sports? Well, you don't know. Well, you don't know Jack. The You Don't Know Jack Show starts now.
Hello and welcome to episode number 31 of the You Don't Know Jack Show. And it is Jack back in black? I don't know. That's not working. Jonah, Aaron, and Carson here with you today, or tonight, or, well, it's tonight for us, but whenever you're listening. Thank you for listening, and today we're going to talk about just a little bit about March Madness as the Final Four is set. And what are your thoughts on the last two rounds? We've got some teams that are in it, South Carolina and Oregon, kind of the teams that got there that maybe shouldn't have gotten there, but it's got to make you feel a little better as a Duke fan that South Carolina is actually in the Final Four, right?
No.
Mm-mm. No? No?
No.
You know, it's one of those things.
That's not as bad as Iowa not even winning the NIT. Can't talk.
Yeah. Well, they lost to TCU, who's probably going to win it now. So, but yeah, I was shocked when Florida beat Wisconsin on that game-winning shot. That was quite something, and it was awesome because everybody knows my dislike for the state of Wisconsin and everything associated with it. But that was one big game, and then South Carolina won against somebody. I can't even remember who they played.
Baylor.
They played a few different teams, obviously, to get to the Final Four. But they'll be playing Gonzaga on Saturday, and that game's supposed to be at 5:09 p.m. Central Time. I think that's our time. And then Gonzaga is favored by 6.5. And Oregon and North Carolina will be after that, and North Carolina is favored by 5. What are your thoughts on those two games?
Who?
Anybody?
What?
Oh, that team's out, so I don't really care about it. I think South Carolina's probably going to win it, honestly.
Be quite something. Kind of been a really storybook year for them. Gonzaga, I really don't want them to win because, like I said, I thought they were really overrated going into the tournament, but obviously they're pretty good. I like Oregon, though. I think even though they had that injury to their big guy that gets like a lot of the blocks or whatever, I feel like they've got a lot of playmakers that could maybe compete with North Carolina. But I think Gonzaga is going to figure out that South Carolina also is a very physical team.
I think South Carolina wins it, and that Thornwell's probably going to end up being the best player out of that draft class.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, he's a good player. I just don't know if he's going to be I don't know if he'll translate to the NBA very well or not.
I think he will because the defense, and that's why I think he'll probably be the best because he can do it on both ends. A lot of college players can't do that, at least like not right away, unless you're like Kawhi Leonard or Paul George or Butler. But yeah, he's kind of like that because he can score and he can play good defense. So
Yeah, I think it's either going to be South Carolina or Oregon that wins it. I don't think a number 1 seed's going to win it. I just don't. I think one of the underdogs is going to win, and that's going to be that, and it's going to be kind of an interesting year. So it's been an interesting year in the tournament. We've had some teams go down early that we didn't think would go down, and we've had...
I figured Duke would pull this again. And such a good
But
team,
I mean, even Villanova,
wasted.
they went down to Wisconsin pretty quickly, so... Wasn't the only team. Another college news.
Should have had a Duke-Wisconsin rematch.
Another college news. LeVar Ball is blabbing again.
I don't want to wish this upon that Lonzo kid. He seems like a good kid and stuff, but part of me wants him to not succeed just to shut this guy up. Ugh, whatever.
Yeah,
everybody is in love with him too. It's like he's an idiot.
I like Lonzo. I do not like
Lonzo
LeVar.
seems like an alright kid.
Even if you see LeVar and Lonzo on TV together this past week or so,
yeah, I did.
you can see
That's why I'm
Lonzo.
just like,
Lonzo's just like, oh, shut up. He's thinking in his mind. You
One
can
thing
just
I
tell
don't-
it. And then somebody asked him, too, what do you care about what your dad's saying? No, I don't pay attention to it. So, I mean...
one thing I don't like about Lonzo is his shot. He shoots
Well, it's a
weird.
little strange. But, I mean, it works, so...
Yeah. I don't know. I think the hype may be a little bit big for him. I don't even think he's the best player out of the class, honestly.
Oh, probably not, but I think he's definitely top 5. I think you're... I don't know if you've seen any of the games, but I watched 2 of those games, and just his passing combined with his shooting is just spectacular, I thought. I think he's going to be a good player in the NBA. Maybe not as great as his dad is making him out to be.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think he could be definitely a top average, at least average starting point guard in the NBA for sure. So, but
I would take a few guys over him. I know that. I would take 2 guys from Duke over him. Well, I don't know if I'd take Kennard over him or not, but I'd definitely take Tatum over him.
oh yeah, well yeah, if you're talking about that because Tatum is going to be probably small forward, isn't he, in the NBA?
I don't know.
Or will it be power?
I think he's like 6'9", 6'10".
Oh, well then maybe he could, unless he's like going to be just a Durant type.
I think he plays more like a small forward, but
Another Brandon Ingram situation here.
yeah, but he's bigger and stronger.
Hopefully better.
Ingram's not doing too bad.
No, but I mean
He's on a terrible team.
yeah. Well, I'm kind of hoping that the Lakers get Lonzo Ball. That'd be quite interesting. I mean, other than the drama with LeVar,
They need to stop getting guards. They need to.
they
get
need to.
some-
Well, they're going to get rid of. I think this offseason they're going to either get rid of Clarkson or Russell. I think they need to get rid of one of them.
Yeah.
They're just not a good combination because they're both really offensive players. I mean, what are you going to do with 2 offensive point guards? Like, you need somebody at that shooting guard
think-
spot that can play defense.
I like them both, and I think they both are good players. But yeah, they're just too inconsistent.
Yeah, that too.
At least together, I guess. I don't know.
But LeVar said he's looking for somebody to take on their story, his family's story. He says he's actively shopping a reality TV series about his family, I guess. And he says, it's one hell of a story. If you want to follow us, fine. If you don't, fine. But I think it's a hell of a story. The fact that you have to watch and see if my boy is going to be as successful as I'm talking about. And, of course, he also said he could beat MJ one-on-one in his prime. Oh, this guy is just nuts.
So
I mean,
the Kanye West of basketball.
I mean, he's got some smart ideas money-wise, because I think that Big Baller brand is just gaining a whole lot of traction right now. And I think he's going to end up, if they get this TV series, they're going to make a lot of money from that.
Yeah,
but
what happens if he sucks? And then
I think there's still going to be people that watch, honestly.
He's just the worst.
But
I could see that happening.
he could be, but I don't know. I just feel like LeVar is just taking this too far. And I just feel like he's so self-centered. Like, he said, I think it was on First Take or something, he's like, yeah, I've got 2 more shots at winning a title. I got 2 more kids, so I got 2 more shots. Like I do, like my kids don't. I got those shots. It's like, dude, it's your kids. They've got the opportunity. It's not you.
He called out that high school coach and got him let go.
Yeah. This guy, I just don't get why he keeps on blabbing his mouth like, and he's open for the publicity because he wants to be right. He wants to show that he's right about it. He wants to be successful. It's not about his kids. It just isn't. And if you have not read the article by ArmchairAllAmericans.com about the possibility that LeVar was denying his kids the opportunity to visit their mother, or kind of in the hospital. She was in the hospital. That was just from a source that we had. So, I mean, maybe it's not true, but the source is related to the Ball family. So we're assuming that it's true, and we are going with it. That was published by the founder of Armchair All-Americans, Andrew Stevens. You can follow him on Twitter at StevensAndrew, and you can find the article on ArmchairAllAmericans.com. So if you're interested in that. Otherwise, that is going to do it for college basketball talk. So I said South Carolina is going to beat Gonzaga, I think, and then I'm going to say Oregon too. I'm going to pick both upsets, but I think for sure one upset's going to happen, and whoever gets the upset's going to win it all, if that makes any sense. So do you think both Oregon and South Carolina are going to win, or what do you think?
Yeah.
Jonah?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Something like that.
All right. Well, maybe Jonah will be a little bit more helpful with our next topic here. We've got the NFL as our next topic.
Hi, Kitty.
And we will talk about that after we take a break. You're listening to the You Don't Know Jack Show. Back after this.
Do you enjoy shopping online? Do you like shopping on Amazon? If you answered yes to both of those questions, listen up. You can help the show while shopping. Go to our website, youdon'tknowjackshow.com, and click on any of the Amazon links. Once you have done that, bookmark the link, and whenever you shop on Amazon, click our link. Amazon, the best way to help our show, because there's no extra cost to you.
Welcome back to the You Don't Know Jack Show, and now it's time for NFL talk, and here we go. First report, the first item here, CBS is eyeing Tony Romo to replace Phil Simms as the lead color analyst for CBS. That is a story that came out. Of course, Fox is interested as well, as they've been said to be interested in that. All these articles today, by the way, are from the score.com. We always use the score, or I do anyway. So CBS basically wants, if Tony Romo retires, which is not a for sure thing yet. He could not. CBS wants to put him in there, and We are all for it. Yes, please get Phil Simms out of there.
Jonah loves him.
Oh yeah, totally.
So, what are your thoughts? Do you think Romo should leave the NFL so soon, or what do you think?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think if he
doesn't
find any other place, I'd say that's a good idea.
Do you think the Cowboys are gonna release him, or do you think they're gonna get a trade out of it?
I mean, what could you get out of that?
I don't think you can get anything because of how massive his contract still is. I think is pretty huge. So I think they're gonna have to release him. I think they're just waiting to. I don't even know why they're waiting. Honestly, it's like release him or not. Release him or not. It's pretty simple. Maybe they're waiting until I don't know, like the end of this month. Maybe they'll make a decision by April 1st. Who knows? Which is Saturday. They probably wouldn't make a decision on a Saturday, but you never know. But I'm kind of getting sick of this Romo thing. Like, either release him or trade him and have it to be done. It's like we've been waiting on this and we've been getting news. Oh, they're going to release him. Oh, nope, they're going to trade him. So it's like somebody just release him and then somebody's going to cash him outside. Because wherever he goes, he's probably not going to make a lot of money, I should say, but he'll make some money for probably either the Texans or the Broncos would be the two possibilities, I would think. Any other thoughts on Romo?
Not really.
Sick of hearing about it. So that's about it.
All right, so in other news, the Saints have signed recently released quarterback Chase Daniel from the Eagles, excuse me. Signs a 1-year deal to make return to Saints roster.
Chase Daniel.
Career stats for Chase Daniel.
Oh, Jesus.
In 2010, he was 2 for 3 for 16 yards.
Chaz doing
Good
good.
stats.
4 of 5 for 29 yards and 11. And in 2012, 1 of 1 for 10 yards. I mean, that completion percentage is pretty darn good right now.
Heck yes.
And his first 3 seasons, he was with the Saints, if you didn't know that.
Saints.
And then went to the Chiefs. He was 25 of 38 for 248 yards, a touchdown, and an interception in 2013. And the following year, 16 of 28 for 157 yards, and then the next 2 years, 3 for 3 for a combined 20 yards. So hasn't had much experience.
Hall of Fame numbers.
Hall of Fame quarterback numbers for the
Totally.
backup for the
100%.
backup Hall of Fame.
Pretty excited about the draft, though, because a lot of defensive players, and
It's the defensive players.
Cowboys are going
sitting
to
on the
finally
sideline,
fix
getting
that
drink of
defense.
water.
And
You know, it's
finally
a good
rebuild that
day.
defense.
It's a good time to be a defensive player.
Good old insight from our old pal Phil. Thanks, Phil.
He's a great person.
Phil
May he
Simms
rest
is
in
the
peace.
worst.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, rest
May
in
his
peace
career
after
rest in peace.
after Romo takes his job. Rest in peace, Phil Simms.
That's not for sure, but hopefully
needs
it's
to
for
be
sure.
for sure.
Yeah. We need to call Tony right now.
So, do you think just 1-year deal, basically going to just be the Drew Brees backup? I don't think they're thinking about him being the
starter or anything.
starter
Yeah.
after Brees retires or anything.
No, probably not.
Or at least they shouldn't be.
That's why you get Romo.
Oh.
Because he's got so many years left.
Romo to the Saints. Oh.
Rama to the...
Rama.
Rama to the Soons.
Ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Ramen.
Tony Ramen noodles.
And next on the list.
Why? Stop it.
Down.
Next on the list
Come
is.
on, go. What?
Mm-hmm.
Is.
Hello.
go.
Anybody in?
Hi.
Mike McCarthy said Martellus Bennett is potentially the best tight end in the NFL.
I love tight ends.
He might be with Rodgers.
He doesn't believe. I mean, yeah, but Martellus Bennett's a good signing if he messes. If he meshes well with that locker room, which could be a little iffy at this point, because if you know Aaron Rodgers, he's quite arrogant and quite cocky, and so is Martellus Bennett. He's kind of that personality too.
You're just
so
saying that because you hope it doesn't.
no, because other people have been saying this too.
No, they'll be fine.
Oh, they'll be fine. They're gonna be so
They're
good.
gonna torch the Vikings.
Oh,
next year.
yeah. Go Kirk Cousins and the Redskins. They're gonna torch the
Now
boys.
without Sean McVay.
Oh yeah, best coordinator in the league.
Dude, you have no idea how great of a corner that guy is. You know what I'm saying?
Corner.
Did you
Yeah.
say corner?
Whoops. Dude.
Why? Oh.
I thought that's what you said.
But it says to me he is one of the best, or potentially the best tight end of the National Football League. McCarthy said Wednesday. It's my responsibility to make sure that I create those opportunities for him to succeed. Yes, he is a good tight end, maybe top 10. No, he is not.
When he gets with Rodgers. Watch out, Vikings. No, I hate the Packers. I hope they die. No, don't.
Yes.
No, you don't hope they die.
Yes, we do.
Nope, but if they could not make the playoffs next year, that'd be good.
Or ever again. All right. And then then McCarthy also, he was full of quotes the other day, apparently. He said that he sees Rodgers playing into his 40s. Great. Great news for the Vikings.
It's just great. I mean, you know, the Vikings are just dead forever. You know what I mean? I have a feeling Brady is on that warpath too. Like there's no stopping him.
Yeah, somebody said Brady, I think Robert Kraft said that he might play like 6 or 7 more years. I'm like, dude, there's no way.
How old is he?
He's 39, I think.
There's no way he's playing for 6 more years.
He's not playing.
He's at
till
least playing-
He
45.
tested where he played till he was 44, and he sucked.
He's at least playing until like this next year.
I think
That's
he'll
probably
play
it.
at least a year or 2. I don't think he's going to play more than 3 years.
If he doesn't make it to the Super Bowl this year, he'll probably just, call it quits.
I just don't know why
I don't
you
get why
didn't
you
call it quits after this one.
I don't understand that.
Why would you not? You won the Super Bowl. You have more than Montana now. Right off into the sunset.
He's not.
Literally.
I have a feeling he's like
Couldn't copy Peyton.
I have a feeling he's like a 99 overall created player in Madden. Like he's just unstoppable.
No, I don't think there's any 99 overall in Madden anymore.
I know, but Tom Brady is just he's just crazy, He's just a crazy person.
Yeah, he's crazy. Crazy Tom.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's the GOAT, I mean, yeah, so.
What is that greatest of all time?
Yeah. Wow, Jonah. That's the episode title right there, folks. Jonah learns what GOAT means.
I know what that meant. I don't think he's the greatest of all time. I'm sure there's been way better quarterbacks. obviously.
What? You think there's been way better quarterbacks than Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Who?
I think
Not like this generation. I mean, like
I kind of agree with them because
back before
imagine
the NFL became
Brady
a huge
without
thing.
Belichick.
It's true.
Would he be good?
Well, imagine Belichick without Brady.
Yeah, it's true
that
too.
But Belichick already was a coach.
Yeah.
And he was also bad. He was with the
You
Browns.
pair a great coach.
Well, that's not his fault.
You pair a great coach
Well.
with a great quarterback. It's gonna be a great team.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
they're
imagine-
the perfect complement to one another, obviously.
Imagine Brady playing for like a really bad coach.
I
They
mean,
wouldn't
just
do
look
that
at-
well.
Like why he didn't get drafted,
Yeah.
or he did, but
Well, that too.
you know what I mean.
Well, I think considering where he was drafted
He's a good quarterback,
and considering
but a lot of
how
it's
well he
Belichick.
did, I think he's the greatest of all time. Considering he came from the pick 199.
I honestly think that Rodgers is more talented than Brady.
Well, yeah, talented.
Well, yeah.
but
Yeah, that's where
I don't think he's.
that would be
Well,
GOAT to me. If you're talented,
Rodgers is the GOAT? I don't know about that.
no.
not yet, but he could be if they win. If he wins a
I would
But I mean,
say
like-
I would say Rodgers has got more arm talent, but I think Brady is so much. I think Brady's got so much more smarts,
I have a feeling
so many
that
more smarts than Rodgers, like at the line and
uh-huh.
and just knowing the situation better than what Rodgers does, and obviously he's got the Super Bowls to show for it too. So Rodgers only got one. Just reminding everybody.
I don't care about that.
See, I have a feeling
I
that
don't care about the whole ring
the
debate.
GOAT doesn't have to be a
consider that.
quarterback.
Dan Marino doesn't have a ring.
You know what I mean?
Well, we're talking about greatest quarterback of all time.
Well, yeah. GG or GQ.
What'd you just say?
I said the GOAT doesn't have to be a quarterback.
If you're talking about quarterback.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't
anyway,
think Tom Brady
I don't-
is the greatest. I mean, he is a great.
I think Peyton Manning.
I don't think he's the greatest.
Peyton Manning is the greatest regular season quarterback of all time.
I think Peyton
Playoff wise.
the best period
kinda-
because he never had a Bill Belichick.
That's true.
Yeah, Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy was damn good.
Well, yeah, he was good, but
He wasn't Belichick good,
he's
though.
Not Bill Belichick.
No, but
Yeah, I have a
think
feeling.
I just think
It's
that's
not
like,
all-
That's like too with like the Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson, Kobe thing too. Like
It's not-
nobody gives the coach any credit.
Yeah, it's not all Brady, you know.
You think it was all Tim Duncan? No, Greg Popovich is,
you think it was
Coach
all Tony
K
Parker?
and
Yeah.
Coach K. I mean,
It was all Kyrie, man.
but yeah,
It was
I
all
think
LeBron.
People just don't like.
LeBron
just-
didn't go to Duke.
I know.
They just pretend like the coach doesn't exist, and they're just like, oh.
Yeah. It's like
Brady has the most talent ever.
that's
He's
like
the best.
yeah.
It's
That's like people
I don't know.
it's like people
He's been on some great teams too. Let's not forget that.
yeah.
He's had good players around.
Yeah, but
Except
he's
for a
never
couple years
really
ago.
had that. He's like, there's been very few times when he's had that really good wide receiver. He makes
Randy
so
Moss.
many.
But that's
Yeah,
wrong.
Randy Moss for like 1 or 2 years.
He does make receivers good.
Yes,
But so does Rodgers.
Well, Rodgers does too, but there are
Breeze.
so many more cases of Brady having good receivers and then not doing well after that. Like, I mean, obviously you have it for the Packers too, and James Jones comes to mind for me. Goes everywhere else and sucks, but then comes to Green Bay and gets 12
Well, that was
touchdowns.
like Moss with the Raiders. Sucked, and then-
But Tom Brady, like with Wes Welker, was fantastic. Wes Welker, what'd he do after
well,
that?
he was good with Manning too.
Deion Branch, Wes Welker.
Yeah, he played with him. With
Yeah,
the
but was
Broncos.
that was before that, wasn't that?
No. When
Oh.
Manning went to the Broncos, he played a year with Manning. I think he was part of the year Manning threw over 50 touchdowns. I'm pretty sure.
Didn't he like break a
Or maybe
record
That was after.
that year too? Or Was that?
I'm thinking of Decker and Thomas. And
Yeah, but I think they had Welker too, or the year before that, or something. I don't know. But I
don't
remember
know.
that Manning had a good year with Welker.
Well,
Long.
but again, Manning's another quarterback that made receivers better too.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Edelman, I
although,
think.
although I do think Marvin Harrison actually was good. Still,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they brought Chris Hogan in this past year. He did nothing in Buffalo, and then
I
he
like
comes
that.
to New England, and he has a fantastic year.
I think that Malcolm Mitchell will probably be.
See, another thing
And
is
they got Brandon Cooks in that trade.
another thing is like defense too.
I don't know. I think we're
It's
kinda
the
getting
whole
off the-
team.
We're kind of getting off the argument if he's the greatest.
Like if you could say that a team is the greatest of all time, maybe
I don't know
you could say
who's-
the Patriots. But
Brady doesn't have a ton of competition for greatest of all time. Like,
well, I mean,
You think-
as of now,
you think Peyton, maybe Drew Brees, just because he's
He's got a
put
lot
up monster numbers.
He's got a lot of
It's
good
true.
numbers, but
he's got garbage points
yeah, that's true.
for sure.
But, yeah, I think there's only a few that, you could argue against him. So
Obviously Montana, but
I think, I don't know, I would take, I might take Peyton as the greatest, but I don't know. That's a tough one.
in the regular season, I would agree. And I love Peyton Manning, but like I said, he was not.
I think
Um,
he's done more with less, though. Because they didn't ever really have a run game.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have a defense. Well, they still don't have a defense, but that's like the same with Romo. Like, the Cowboys wouldn't have a defense. Like, I don't think they've ever had an above-average defense. Well, maybe. Nothing comes to mind.
Basically, it just boils down to he did what he did what he could with what he had.
I wonder
yeah,
how it
That's-
would be with Peyton with Bill Belichick. That'd be interesting.
Dude, that would
Would.
be an unstoppable force for sure.
See, that's the only way
But-
you would be able to find out who's the greatest.
Yeah,
or not,
exactly.
Is if you could go back
If you-
in time and swap.
If
and
you
then
take
see.
Tom Brady away from Belichick and you give him a different
That's
quarterback,
kind of like if Kobe stayed on the Hornets,
yeah,
didn't get traded to the Lakers, or
that would
if
be an interesting
Brett
article.
Favre stayed
Yeah,
in
see?
Atlanta and didn't get traded to
exactly.
Green Bay.
That'd be an interesting article to write.
Like a
Like-
different.
What if Peyton Manning was in New England? What if Tom Brady was in Indianapolis?
Yeah, then we'd be sitting here saying, "Oh, Manning."
Yeah, Manning would be still playing.
Maybe.
He'd still be playing.
I don't know. We don't know. You'd have to. You couldn't
I
say
don't know,
that
though.
it'd be
I don't-
exactly the same because
I don't think Manning would still be playing because I think that year they won the Super Bowl. He wasn't good. Like,
Well, no, he wasn't, but he was also like
He wasn't bad,
You
but
could
he wasn't-
also see how the team did, like this past year,
him.
with basically
Yeah,
the same
yeah, yeah.
team, but didn't have
obviously
Manning.
it's Peyton Manning, but
Yeah,
some of his throws you could tell.
Oh yeah, I mean you could tell he
It was obviously
lacking arm
getting
strength,
him-
but he
yeah.
made some big time throws in the postseason. He wasn't very good in the regular season, but
see, that's why.
some of those throws he made against Pittsburgh in the clutch, and some
That's
of those
another
touchdowns
quarterback.
to
Big Ben,
That's another thing
Big
too.
Ben's been good.
Is
I'd say he's in the.
I feel like Rodgers.
well
Still
from,
has
from
that-
this era, I would say. Yeah,
I don't like him, but
I don't know if I'd put him in
I feel
the
like
greatest of all time debate.
I feel like
If
like
he
Rodgers
won
and
another
Brady
Super Bowl,
still
maybe.
have that that way about them. Like they haven't had the physical like strain yet.
see one
Like they
one
could
of the
play
main
for
reasons
more and more years than
I don't
Peyton
do
Manning
the
could.
ring thing is because you look at Dan Marino, he could be in the discussion.
Yeah, well, Dan
Yeah, he was-
Marino
he was amazing.
Had
With
an
all the
amazing arm,
talent.
yeah.
He had. I mean,
Well, did they even have rings back then?
Yeah.
Oh, they did. Well, I thought
okay, he's off the show. That's his last
no,
straw.
it used to not be called like the Super Bowl.
Oh, well, yeah, they used to just call it the championships game.
They still
or
had
whatever.
rings though.
Oh, yeah, they still had
Oh,
rings.
okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
The Super Bowl didn't come out until, I think it was 1960 or 1. I don't know.
But yeah, there's...
It was about the same time the Vikings came into the league because the Vikings were 2010.
You can't mention the Vikings.
The Vikings were 50th. Well, they've been in 4 of them. Just haven't won one yet.
Woo! Hey, neither have the Eagles, so... It's funny when, like, Eagles fans try to give Cowboys fans crap. Like,
Yeah.
It's just so hilarious.
It's like, dude, don't even...
Carson Wentz is our savior, guys. All right. Well, I think we've gone off on enough tangents now.
Okay.
Free
GOAT
agents.
is not Tom Brady.
Peyton Manning.
Free agents.
Michael Irvin.
Free agent safety T.J. McDonald was suspended for the first 8 games for 2017. He started all 16 games for the Rams last year.
Did he play for the Niners?
I think he might have at one point too. Was handed the ban due to a May DUI that also included drug charges. 26-year-old learned of his suspension during his first free agent visit of the season. If I can talk, with the Miami Dolphins. So I thought he was kind of a pretty decent safety. I didn't think he was like spectacular or anything, but I thought he was definitely a starting caliber safety.
This isn't really newsworthy. Like, can we talk about like?
Well, he's a free agent. I'm just thinking, what would it impact like his signing? Like, is somebody going to sign him, or are they just going to say, nope, we're not going to sign you because of what you did?
Don't be surprised if the Cowboys.
They're just going to sign every suspended player that has ever been. They're going to bring Ray Rice back. They're going to bring who else?
I'm still surprised nobody's
Johnny
giving him a
Manziel. They're going to
call.
bring him back. They're going to.
How's Mike Vick get
Josh
another
Gordon.
chance, and then
Who?
Mike Vick gets another chance, and Ray Rice is just like, no.
Yeah, no more.
I don't know. I think Ray Rice. I think people said that he was not as good his last year in the league. He kind of was declining a little bit. So then to compact
I still think
with,
he can play. I mean,
well, he might have been. I don't think he can anymore, but maybe a year
Can
or
Mike
two
Vick
ago.
even play anymore?
No, I
about
think he
that.
retired, and then I think he unretired after he saw
Oh, God.
the Tom Brady or the Patriots win the Super Bowl or something.
Yeah, and he's not going to get any playing time.
No. So, yeah, I think this will probably affect, obviously, his ability to get signed. Maybe teams won't sign him right away. Maybe they'll just wait. Maybe an injury happens after Week 8. They'll sign him off the street or something. But, yeah, that's going to hurt him because I think he actually had an opportunity to go somewhere. But I don't know if they will. I don't know if a team would want to have him now or not. I don't know. And it sounds like our final topic for NFL sounds like possibility that the return or the reinstatement for Martavis Bryant, good, speaking of the Steelers as we were talking about, sounds like that his return is imminent. According to a report from the Times, the suspended wide receiver's reinstatement to the NFL is imminent. Bryant recently posted on Instagram he was patiently waiting. The post was interpreted as a reference to the league's decision on his pending reinstatement. Yeah, and you forget, too, also, that Martavis Bryant's only 25 years old, so...
This is his second offense already, isn't it?
Jesus.
No, it's only his... Well, unless he had one, like, in his college days, but this was his only first one in the NFL, I think.
I thought he had one, like, when he
Well,
got drafted.
He might have had something else, yeah. I don't know, but yeah, he's probably going to get reinstated. Do you think, how much better do you think that Steelers offense is going to be this year? Like, it's already really good. Now you add Martavis Bryant back. Or do you think it's going to be like one of those things where it's like Kelvin Benjamin? I mean, obviously Benjamin was an injury, but do you think it's like that where Benjamin, it wasn't as good after his injury, maybe Bryant's not as good after his suspension, or what do you think?
I thought Benjamin was fine.
Yeah, but you could definitely tell he wasn't as good as what he was his rookie year, I think.
Right, and a lot of that's mental.
Mm-hmm.
It really just depends on the person.
Maybe he'll come back and have an amazing year like AP did.
I don't know.
Yeah, you just have to be mentally tough about it, I guess.
I feel like injuries and suspensions are different, though.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I mean, I don't know.
But at the same time, he wasn't he wasn't around team facilities, and he wasn't at practices because he was suspended. He couldn't be around the team at all. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, for an injury, you can still be on the grounds and work on your being injured. To be there supporting your team and just. If you're suspended, then what good are you doing to your team?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, you can't be there if you're suspended there or whatever.
It's like being sort of arrested.
But even some guys even if they're not suspended, if they're injured, they'll go to a training facility and just train. So they'll be away from the team. I think Sharif Floyd did this with the Vikings this year. He went somewhere and trained off-site and that kind of thing.
Why would you do that, though?
Well, maybe they're just more comfortable near home or more comfortable at a different facility or something.
True.
But
it depends on the person, I guess.
Anyways, that's going to do it for NFL Took. And when we come back, we will close the show with some NBA talk. We'll do that after this.
Heading to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Baltimore, New York, London, or anywhere in the world and need a rent-a-car? Well, check out CarRental8.com, where you'll find the same car for less money. CarRental8.com sells all the brands like Dollar, Thrifty, Budget, Avis, Hertz, Alamo, Europcar, and so much more at affordable rates. We'll beat any price by a minimum of 30%. So check us out online at CarRental8.com or call us at 1-813-343-8138. That's 1-813-343-8138.
Use our promo code JACSHOW5, that's JACSHOW5. Use all capital letters to get 5% off your next car rental. Also find the links on our website. Same car, less money, carrental8.com.
Hey listeners, don't forget to find You Don't Know Jack Show on Facebook at facebook.com/You Don't Know Jack Show. Twitter at twitter.com/Don't Know Jack Show. And Instagram at instagram.com/You Don't Know Jack Show. You can also follow Carson on Twitter at Radio Ruben. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to the You Don't Know Jack Show. And now
NBA.
we'll talk some NBA. And I know Aaron's really excited to talk about this.
Keep this short, simple, get out of here.
Kyrie Irving says he is taking the blame for these 4 of the last 6 games the Cavs have lost. He says, I need to demand more out of myself. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think he needs to play better, or do you think it's just
I don't think
the rest of the team?
I don't think it's him. It's the other players, especially JR. He's been really bad.
Do you think they need
I was watching
to
part of that Spurs game, and I was just like, oh my god.
Have they been easing him in, or if they've just kind of gave him back his old minutes already, or what have they been doing with him?
I think he's back to his old minutes now. Part of the reason's because Korver and Shumpert are out, so it's what are you gonna do?
That's right.
I think they'll turn it around. But I think a lot of it's on JR because he's just been bad on both ends from what I've seen. So.
And Love is back already, isn't he?
Love's been. I think they're still easing him in. He's been playing all right. I think part of it's scheduling. Like, they had beaten the Hornets last Friday, I think it was, and they had a back-to-back, and then they had to play Washington the next night. A game in which they came back but still lost. And then they have to play the Spurs Monday night after that in San Antonio. It's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
I think they play the Bulls tomorrow night. I think they'll get back on track, and pretty sure they have Corver back for that game too. So,
Yeah, I guess I haven't seen Kyrie's numbers, but I would probably
I think he's
say
been fine. I think earlier in the year he was passing a little more, and now he hasn't been passing as much recently, I guess, or as well. But
Jonah, you think it's Kyrie? What do you think?
It's the defense, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't
play better on defense.
I wouldn't single him out, really. I mean,
him and LeBron are the only ones doing anything.
Yeah, the whole team itself has to really, get back to the championship caliber.
They're giving up currently like 110 points per game over the past, however many games. That's like way too many.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Terrible. Terrible defense.
I think
their offense has been pretty good.
I think, I think I kind of agree with you. I think they need to be better defensively. I think sometimes they kind of lack physicality, like other than LeBron.
It's because stupid Bogut, and then 1 minute 30 seconds. God,
wasn't it less than a minute?
That makes me hate him even more. Like, I was gonna give him a second chance and be like, okay, you're on my favorite team now. Okay, let's let the past be the past.
And then.
Now he's just a freaking roster spot. I don't know if they released him yet or not, but they got Larry Sanders. So
I saw that.
Him in
Jesus.
And all
There's
he
a cat
needs to
under there.
do is rebound and block shots.
Baby.
Like, he doesn't need to score.
We've got cats in our house, if you didn't know.
If he scores, it's more of a bonus than anything. So,
yeah, maybe he can bring some of that physicality back
yeah.
that they are missing. And
Well, part of it's Tristan Thompson. He's kind of been
not playing
up and
so
down.
well. Has he been? Do you think he's been overworked, or do you think he's just been inconsistent?
I just think they're trying. I don't know. They might be like using too
Pushing
much
too
energy
much?
offensively, so it's lacking defensively. Or, well, from what I've heard around when I was watching TV earlier today, is that Ty Lue's been trying certain things that haven't been working, and that's
Okay.
so
Well,
a lot of
better to
it's
do that in the
coaching
regular
and-
season.
Yeah. So, and LeBron doesn't care about the regular season that much. Like,
yeah, and I mean, if
I
they
wish they did care a little more about the 1 seed, though. Like, you kind of need that, but they did regain the 1 seed because Boston lost tonight. So, but yeah, they need to get that
like
1
a half
seed.
game lead or
So
something.
we just need to go on like a, little 7-8 game win streak, however many games are left, and then we'll be good. But yeah,
Speaking of good, for the Warriors anyway,
I don't.
Kevin Durant progress may make a return before the playoffs. It's a possibility, according to reports. And to me, I am so concerned with this. I just don't know if the Warriors will be able to go back to exactly how the offense was before Kevin Durant got hurt, because like now they're starting to learn to kind of play like how they did, like they had to last year again. But then you put Kevin Durant in there, and now it's basically his offense. Now they're kind of getting back to that spot where they were last year, but now if you bring Kevin Durant back in right before the playoffs, I don't know, I feel like maybe Steve Kerr can make it work.
They better be careful
But-
in that West. There's some good teams going in the playoffs this year, so I think there's more teams that could be a threat to them, but I mean, I guess you could say the same for the East, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I still don't think any team in the East is quite there yet.
Yeah, I still think Boston needs primarily a defensive player, more so, or a good defensive player. Like, I mean, obviously Avery Bradley's pretty decent, but they don't really have a great post defender. Like, Al Horford's pretty good offensively, but he's more of a power forward, though, too, and he's not.
Sick of him. He's so overrated.
And he's not a center. Like, they put him at center, and he's not.
I don't even like that fit on that team.
Yeah, I don't.
Like
it.
I just don't like Al Horford. Really.
Well,
I like Paul Millsap, but
and the thing is, I mean, Jay Crowder's okay defensively, but he's more of an offensive player too. Isaiah Thomas obviously is an offensive player, and then Avery Bradley's kind of that two-way player. So they need more of the defensive guys in the middle, I think.
I just think they're a ways away. I think the Wizards are on the right track. They're a little ways away. The Raptors, I still think could win a couple against Cleveland, but you look at the West, you got the Spurs and the Rockets, who could definitely at least push
Rockets.
Golden State.
I've been very impressed with the Rockets this year.
Yeah, so I mean,
I like I said, I was not a fan of James Harden last year, but he's making me become a fan of him just because of the way he's playing this year. Sorry, Russ, you're still not. I'm still not a fan of you. But
you should have seen how he played tonight. Jeez.
Yeah, another 50-point game. Blah blah blah. Did they end up winning?
I'm not really a fan of either of them, just because I don't know.
I want to see if they actually won.
It's like it's the regular season. It's like who cares? Yeah, but.
Russ obviously cares. I mean, to an extent, obviously, he's fighting for his playoff life.
These guys are, I think they're honestly just fighting for the MVP.
Yeah. Good grief. 57, 13, and 11. That's just nuts. But, I mean, he shot 21 of 40, which is, over 50% is pretty good.
I get the feeling from Harden.
Way too many threes.
Westbrook, and I don't want to, accuse anybody of anything, but I have a feeling like they actually care about their stats. I know they say they don't, but it seems like Westbrook goes out of his way, Harden goes out of his way, and I guess they both do have high usage rates, but I don't know. They force it a lot, and they turn it over, and some nights they shoot terribly, and Westbrook more than Harden. Harden can actually shoot pretty well.
Yeah, Westbrook 6 of 15 from 3 tonight. And 7 turnovers.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, obviously, yeah, people are saying, "Oh, well, he's gonna turn the ball over because he's the only one that handles the ball." But come on, he's got to be able to be better than that. Steven Adams, why are you not using him more? He is a good player. I think he is. I think he came into his own last year, and I think they need to use him more. Maybe he had a tough matchup against Vucevic tonight, but I just think Steven Adams is a good player, and I think Oladipo should be getting more shots than what he is. 1 for 6 from 3-point range. Usually,
you know what I say.
I mean, obviously, it was off cold,
loose.
but
no, I think that
I
just don't really like either of them, honestly.
How is Doug McDermott only getting
Westbrook,
3 minutes?
I guess I don't really like his shot, or sometimes his shot selection, but I don't know.
I've never been a fan of him. I think he's selfish. Golden State's beating San Antonio right now, 110-96.
I do like Kawhi Leonard. I do like Paul George.
Yeah, I like Kawhi. I like Paul.
Jimmy Butler, I don't know about him. But yeah, I just don't like. I don't know. Westbrook's good, but
Steph tonight, 29 and 11.
Definitely don't like him.
9 of 20 from field goals, but he's 4 of 8 from 3.
And Klay Thompson's lame too, and so is Draymond.
Well, obviously, Draymond's dumb.
I think that.
But I mean, I like Steph. I like my baby.
Loser.
32 for Steph last night and 10 assists.
Is that cue to leave?
But he was only 3 of 11 from 3 last night, so that
Let's
was
do
that was a little bad. But
Love Fest with Babyface.
Yeah.
that's why I said he's my baby. Like, 'cause
Babyface
he's
Magoo.
got a baby face.
I'm sure that's why you said it.
Oh,
It's not a role-playing
Babyface Magoo.
The
Jonah
other night he was
Magoo,
21
Jonathan
points,
Lou.
11 assists, 5 of 12 from 3.
What are you
So
doing?
he's been playing better, even though he was kind of in a slump. He's still got to pick up his 3-point shooting a little bit. Got to be a little bit more consistent night to night. Obviously, you're going to have
shooting a better percentage.
Yeah,
last
I'm
time
actually surprised LeBron's shooting the 3 this year pretty well.
Yeah, last year it was probably a mental.
And that was the final score, 110-98. Golden State beat San Antonio.
Wow, Kawhi, great game.
And
7
Steph, as
for
I said,
20.
finished
Ugh.
29, 3 rebounds, 11 assists. So,
Yeah, let's just try our best against the Cavs and then suck against the Warriors.
and the Pacers trying to get their team a little bit more depth-wise for the postseason. They brought back Lance Stevenson today.
And they lost last night and tonight.
Apparently, Lance did not help so far.
Man, Paul George did have a good. I was watching the
3-year
replay.
deal.
I was watching the replay to that Minnesota Pacers game, and Paul George was making everything last night.
Yeah, Cat was having a good game there too.
Rubio got fouled on that 3.
Yeah.
Made the free throws. There you go. Indiana always loses those close games.
The Pacers gave him a 3-year deal, though. That seems weird for Lance Stevenson. I mean, he's still pretty young, but he hasn't been necessarily
Where was
consistent.
he even playing?
He was playing with the Wolves, actually, for... he was there for 2 10-day contracts, and then the Wolves decided not to bring him
He's a
back.
good player. Why do people... I don't know.
I mean, he's decent. I mean, but I don't know if I'd give him a 3-year deal. That just seems a little bit too much for me. If
The
I'm
Pacers need something, though.
yeah.
Their team is weird. I like Paul George, but Jeff Teague, and then you have Monta Ellis, he sucks, and then Thaddeus Young, he's
Yeah, they need.
Thad Mama.
I think they need a good
Miles Turner. I like him.
good point guard, and I think they could be a good team. I think if you get a couple
I just don't
complimentary
think Jeff
pieces.
Teague. I never thought Jeff Teague was.
No, that was not a good trade, and neither was for the
just don't-
Jazz, who got George Hill. I think that was not a good trade either. Not a good trade. Anyways, so yeah, just an interesting.
Who would you take
deal.
though, George Hill or Teague?
That's a toss-up.
I would have to probably say.
None of the above.
I think George Hill's been
Kyrie,
playing better
I'll say Kyrie.
statistically, though. And he's on the better team, in the better conference.
Maybe Rubio would be a good fit with the Pacers.
Would you quit trying to get rid of Rubio?
I don't want to anymore because he's actually playing well, but I'm just saying
Yeah, I got
just
him
coming
on
up
my
with
team in
teams.
there over there.
he's been playing well. So I'm not complaining anymore. I'm just worried that the Wolves are they're just inconsistent because Bielitsa, the guy that got hurt, he was playing really well off the bench. I was really starting to like what he was doing. Apparently, Sam Mitchell was using him wrong last year. But he's been playing really well for the Wolves. Moving on, Joakim Noah. He has a
Died?
20-game... No. He has a 20-game suspension that will be starting
Shoot.
on Wednesday.
Why do all the players have
Want that
suspensions?
hate doll.
It's ridiculous.
And he...
Don't start with me. Don't start with me.
He will miss the first 12
Son of a
games
bitch.
of the 27-2018 season, and the final games, his suspension started tonight.
Why?
Yeah, what's
Positive for a banned substance
his poison?
after
Oh.
taking an over-the-counter supplement, and the suspension begins tonight, apparently.
The
Oh.
counter supplements, steroids?
Yeah, it's some sort of steroid, I think.
Oh, geez, Noah.
He didn't know what to do.
Would that, I mean, I get people using steroids for, home runs in baseball and stuff, but, I mean, could that help you play basketball in any way?
Yeah. It increases performance in anything.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean,
big deal? Not really for the Knicks.
No,
I mean,
he was sucking this year anyway.
I think his ceiling was when he was with Thibodeau and he won Defensive Player of the Year.
Isn't that kind of stupid though? Like he sucked even though he was taking steroids. I mean,
yeah.
That further proves my point
that proves my point.
Doesn't technically help in basketball, but it helps in baseball.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Is that Lorenzo? Is that what his name is?
Lorenzo?
Yeah, he can beat Michael Jordan 1-on-1.
LeVar, you mean?
Yeah, there you go.
Lorenzo.
It's Lonzo and LeVar. Man.
Yeah, you're an idiot. Lorenzo.
Oh, jeez. Wow. All right.
Like our PE teacher?
Greg Popovich
Lorenzo?
says he never wants Manu Ginobili to retire.
Dude,
He
come on.
says,
So sick of Manu.
Here's a quote from Pop. He says, I don't want him to retire. I'm going to squeeze every last ounce of juice out of him. I'm going to use him like a bar of soap.
Don't drop that soap.
Uh-oh. That wouldn't be good.
I thought that was hilarious. Oh, my gosh. That was funny.
That's like, if you hear that out of context.
Yeah. What? Come again?
No, it's just ketchup this time.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. All right. I thought that was interesting. And then the final piece of news, Isaiah Thomas becomes the sixth player in Celtics history to score 2,000 points in a season.
Spit it out already. What? What did he do?
Sixth player in Celtics history to have 2,000 points in a season.
What did he do? No. That's not that. What? What? Does he want the MVP? No, he's not getting it.
Yeah, it's too bad, you know?
So
I would like him if he didn't play for the Celtics. I'd be like, okay, cool.
what if he
Go
played
play
for
in the West.
What if he
and
played
then
for the
I like
Warriors?
you.
No, definitely not.
What if he played for the Pacers?
Oh,
No,
moo.
Get on that, Pacers.
What
They're
if
not gonna
Steph
get-
Curry went to the Pacers?
I would hate the Pacers.
No matter who he plays for,
Yep.
he would hate him.
And then I'd still hate the Warriors because they'd still have Clay and Game on.
Who?
Game on.
Can't hear you.
Game on Dream.
That'd be Graymond.
Draymond Green.
I have to ruin
Dean.
Yeah, Graymond Dean.
John Dean.
Aaron Dean.
So Isaiah
Aaron
Thomas,
Nicapoop.
I think Isaiah Thomas.
What about him?
I think he could make it interesting with the Cavs in the playoffs, but
Are you kidding me?
the thing that's probably going to hold him back is his
What is that kid
terrifyingly bad defense.
James Harden.
And
Hames.
maybe he'll be James Harden next year.
Hames Jordan.
And then the
Oh.
Celtics win it all again. They'll
Oh,
become a
God.
dynasty again.
No.
So,
Please no.
all right. I think that's going to do it for the You Don't Know Something show.
get down
We
there
don't know.
yet,
We
and,
don't know
Are
something.
you kidding me right now?
No.
All right.
You said.
That's going to do it for the show. For Jonah and
What time
Aaron,
is it?
I'm Carson, and I will be back next week
that's
with
11.
Grant Baker. Finally, hopefully, going to come on the show and talk about the draft. And maybe we'll talk some March Madness, see who won the games. Hopefully not Gonzaga or North Carolina. That's going to do it for the show. We'll see you next
About
week.
Kentucky.
What?
He was wrong about Kentucky.
Dang it.
I was wrong about Duke.
He was. That's right. So we got 14 out of the last 16.
Shots fired.
All right. Shots fired on Grant Baker. We'll see if he can back him up next week. All right. See you later.
Thanks for listening to the You Don't Know Jack Show with Jonah, Aaron, and Carson. If you want to read articles, get more information, or have questions about the show, go to our website, youdon'tknowjackshow.com. You can subscribe and listen to the show on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio.